coming back to the 2010 annual meeting of CSCA. This is the second day of the meeting, and I was very glad to meet Miss Margaret Miller-Butcher from Fort Hill State University. So, hello, Margaret, how are you?
Good evening, how are you, Mia?
I'm fine, thank you. So, how have you been here? So, do you like Cincinnati?
Cincinnati has been wonderful. The weather has been fabulous.
Thank you. So, I participated in your panel this afternoon for the interaction with the digital natives. It is not your only panel, right? So, how many panels are you going to participate?
I have 4 panels.
Wow, pretty busy.
4 panels at this conference.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So what are they?
Well, I had 2 panels for the digital natives where we talk about the ways that instructors and teachers can engage their students with different media, social media in their classrooms, like Twitter and Zoho and different blogs and wikis to teach the teachers that are sometimes a little bit behind the times with the students and teach them how to teach the teachers how to go in and get the students interested in the class and to use the same tools and social media that the students are using in their everyday life. So it will be more interesting for the students.
Yeah, well, I can feel that. Sounds very user-friendly way of teaching. It's a new way for communication from the faculty and students.
So I had 2 panels of that, and then I had a panel that talked about ethnocentrism and intercultural willingness to communicate with Chinese students. I do a lot of work in China, and so I do a continuing study with Chinese students and American students in that area. And then also I participated on an intercultural communication panel which deals with civic engagement with intercultural communication classrooms and how we use civic engagement in engaging our students when we are teaching intercultural communication. So I had 4 panels. I've been very busy, so that's why I haven't been able to see much of Cincinnati.
Wow, terrific. Wow, thank you. Sounds very good stuff there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, according to your research, like you mostly do a lot of cross cultural communication, right?
Yes.
So you have been in China for some research stuff or project, right?
I go to China. I used to go to China about once every 6 months. I work in a program that is very different. We have about 3,000 students in China, and we offer a dual degree in China, where they do 90 hours of coursework in Chinese in China, and then also in China they do about 30 hours of coursework in English for my university, which is Fort Hays State University, and they get a dual degree, and so they get a degree from the Chinese university and also a degree from Fort Hays State University.
Wow.
And so I would teach in that class and would go and work with the students at the first of the semester, and then I have a teaching assistant who is in the classroom with them, and then I would be online with them for the rest of the semester. So most of my research does center around my Chinese students.
Wow, sounds like a globalized project.
Well, it's always interesting.
Do you enjoy it?
I love it. Chinese food is the best.
Oh, thank you. Okay, from my personal perspective, I especially like your panel for this afternoon's online technology for interactive learning. So could you please introduce a little bit about this panel or the panels in this section?
Well, we talked about using different kind of social media. Like I said, today we talked about wikis and using Zoho, using Google Docs, using a program called Many Eyes. And yesterday we talked about, wow, I'll have to look and see what all we talked about.
Okay.
There's so many different,
so many
different social media. Kinds of social media that teachers can bring into the classroom that can help the students learn, but also can make them interested in the classroom, because students don't just want to open up a book and read now
That's true.
and then take a test. And if the teachers can learn, if the professors can learn to get involved with the students where those students are, and if it's creating a Facebook page for your class, or going in and learning how to bring articles in and work in a wiki to create information about the topic that you're studying that week, or to create a video and put it on YouTube for a project that you did for class, or to watch a film, for instance, and a film that looks at some type of problem in the world, and then maybe your little group would work together to make a film or to do something in the community that would look at that problem and see, okay, how can our little group help to make our community better? And then in your project, you also would make a film about how you are helping the community, and then you would post that on YouTube or something like that. But how to bring projects to your class that involve things that the students like. And as professors, as the younger professors come up, they'll automatically bring that into the classroom. But there are some of us that are older than 50, and some that are much older that maybe aren't as good in social media aspects. So I've been teaching online for over 10 years, so I've learned pretty well, I think, to work with the students and how to engage students in the online classroom. But we offer these sessions so those people who are not as comfortable working behind a camera or on the computer all the time, to help them learn how to come in and introduce new things to them and make them feel better about helping bring those new ideas into the classroom, the ones that are new to the professors, not necessarily new to the students. So that is the goal for these sessions that we have. This year we had 2 sessions like that, because last year we had so many people in our session, and they really liked it and asked us to bring in more. So that's what we did.
Yes, that's very meaningful topic. Just nowadays, like people talk about like high technology, fancy stuffs, and we can definitely feel that that high technologies has been strongly influenced the way people communicate, and also influence the students' learning process or learning ways.